Hello, this is Carol Green. This is my Standards for Middle School Math Teachers presentation. My objectives are to discuss how the INTEST standards and the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics standards relate to the knowledge, skills, and values of effective teachers, and how both of those encompass student diversity and real-life application of the knowledge and skills. We'll also discuss how each set of standards addresses professional collaboration and data-driven instructional decision-making. Lastly, we'll describe the expectations of the profession as expressed within the INTEST standards, specifically how teachers are expected to assume responsibilities of improving practice and advancing the profession. INTASC was created by the Council of Chief State School Officers. Those letters stand for Interstate Teacher Assessment and Support Consortium. They are core teaching standards. It's knowledge and skills teachers should have so they can prepare every student for post-secondary education, training, or workforce. It's applicable to all subjects and all grades. The NCTM, the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, happens to be the world's largest mathematics education organization. Founded in 1920, their mission is to support and advocate for the high-quality mathematics teaching and learning for each and every student. Both of these standards, I noticed, addressed student diversity. INTASC actually refers to cultural competence, English learners, language learners, and individual differences in every one of their 10 standards, but especially Standard 2, the learning differences. It said the teacher uses understanding of individual differences and diverse cultures and communities to ensure inclusive learning environments that enable each learner to meet high standards. The NCTM also addresses student diversity. It says the mathematics instruction that is developed provides equitable, culturally responsive opportunities for all students to learn. Those are addressed in Standards 3A, Student Diversity, and 6A, Promote Equitable Learning Environments. In both of these standards addressing student diversity, they're talking about the knowledge. Does the teacher have the ability to know the individual differences and abilities of their students? And do they know the different cultures and communities within their classroom? Do they have the skills how to include those multiple perspectives and culturally relevant examples in lessons? And how to ensure inclusive learning environments? And how to modify lessons or accommodate assessments to adapt to differences? Underlying it all is the value that the teacher values those differences and strives to include them in lessons to engage all students. The other thing I noticed was that both standards addressed applying knowledge and skills to real-world problems. In the INTASC, they said in order to compete in the global economy in this day and age, students need to learn and refine these skills. Problem solving, curiosity, creativity, innovation, communication, interpersonal skills, the ability to synthesize cross disciplines, global awareness, ethics, and technological expertise. INTASC mainly addressed this. Standard 5, application of content. Teacher understands how to connect concepts and use differing perspectives to engage learners in critical thinking, creativity, and collaborative problem solving related to authentic local and global issues. The NCTM addressed this as well in Standard 2C. Formulate, represent, analyze, and interpret mathematical models derived from real-world contexts or mathematical problems. 2E, demonstrate the interconnectedness of mathematical ideas and how they build on one another and recognize and apply mathematical connections among mathematical ideas and across various content areas and real-world contexts. And lastly, 3D, provide students with opportunities to communicate about mathematics and make connections in everyday life and the workplace. Both groups address collaboration. The CCSO basically said collaboration among teachers improves practice. They have a whole standard, number 10, to address leadership and collaboration. When teachers collaborate, it leads to common mission, vision, goals, and expectations, improved planning, teaching, and learning, and self-improvement and improvement in the others and also in the profession. Standard 6 from the NCTM also addresses collaboration, saying candidates are reflective mathematics educators who collaborate with colleagues and other stakeholders to grow professionally and to support student learning and to create more equitable mathematics learning environments. Both groups also address data-driven instruction. Teachers are expected to use data to improve instruction and support learner success, use assessment data to understand each learner's progress, adjust instruction as needed, provide feedback to learners, and document learner progress. Make data-informed decision. Interesting to note, in another article in a journal, it said a data-driven approach to decision-making has the advantage of being evidence-based. In the context of choosing the appropriate type for the design of assessments, there is a lack of research on the adoption of data-driven decision-making, and that was printed this year. The in-task standards, teacher knows how to analyze assessment data, that is in 6L. They use it to guide planning and instruction and to provide meaningful feedback. 7D says teacher plans for instruction based on the formative and summative assessment data. 9C, they evaluate the outcomes of teaching and learning to adapt planning and practice. 9H, use learner data to analyze practice and differentiate instruction accordingly. The NCTM also addresses this in Standard 5. Collect, organize, analyze, and reflect on diagnostic, formative, and summative assessment evidence, and determine the extent to which students' mathematical proficiencies have increased as a result of their instruction. The in-task does address teacher expectations. Big one is to improve teaching and advance the profession. Teachers are responsible for the learning of all students. They plan engaging lessons, differentiate instruction, connect the real-world applications, and they have a cross-disciplinary function. They see themselves as leaders, advocate for students' needs, continually learn, reflect for continuous improvement, continual improvement again, collaborate with colleagues, investigate new ideas, communicate, and involve the community. And here are the references. Thank you very much.